Are you trying to lose some weight and you just seem to be starving all the time? Well, if you watch this video, you're going to learn about the 6 most filling foods that you can eat to help you to prevent hunger and to lose weight. What's up, guys? It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center, where we help you to lose body fat, gain muscle, and get stronger, and ultimately transform your physique. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. This way you never miss a beat and you get real life, applicable fitness information right away without the fluff. And if you're not already, please head over to Instagram and follow me at AB Fitness. This way you can get all that information right away. And if you have a question, just send me a message and I'll gladly answer it for you. So let's get rolling into this today. The 6 most filling foods to prevent hunger and help you to lose more weight. So first and foremost, when you want to lose body fat and when you're trying to lose weight, the most important thing is eating less food. You need to be in what's called a calorie deficit in order to lose body fat. If you're not in a calorie deficit and you're just eating and you're overeating the amount of calories that you need per day, you're going to gain weight. You could eat all of these 6 foods, but if you're overeating your total calories, you're going to gain weight. It's just that simple. So in order to actually lose body fat, you need to make sure you're eating less calories than you're burning, okay? That's first thing. So you need to keep that in mind. But the main thing is when we're dieting, our calories are typically a little bit lower than they normally be. So you want to make sure you kind of trick your body into thinking that it's more full. And these 6 foods that I'm going to talk to you about are going to help you tremendously to trick your stomach into thinking that it's full. Because remember, the more higher volume foods that you eat, the more room it's going to take up in your stomach and the more full you will be. So, and I'll show you an example, 500 calories in, vegetables versus 500 calories in nuts is a huge amount of difference. The 500 calories in nuts is probably a handful, whereas the 500 calories in a salad is probably like a huge bowl. Okay, so obviously you're going to be more fuller from those huge bowl of vegetables than you would be the handful of almonds. So that's what we're talking about today. So let's get rolling with this. All right, so for food number 1, okay, and most people, they're going to freak out, or he's like, oh my God, he's going to say that, I can't believe it, that has sugar in it. You can't have that. And the first one is watermelon. Okay, watermelon is one of the most filling foods that you can actually eat. Watermelon is delicious. But most people freak out because they think, okay, I'm trying to lose body fat, so I can't have any sugar. I got to avoid sugar at all costs. And that couldn't even be further from the truth. It's not that sugar itself is bad, it's just that usually things that are high in sugar contain a ton of calories. But watermelon, on the other hand, does not contain tons and tons of calories. 1 cup of watermelon contains about 30 to 40 calories. And that's a decent amount. And that's because 90% of watermelon is made up of, you guessed it, water. So watermelon is really cool, really good food to eat because it's very, very voluminous. The last time I had watermelon, I had about, I think it was, again, I'm going to butcher the numbers, I don't remember off my head, but it was either between 300 or 500 grams of watermelon. And it was a huge bowl, and it was like 40 carbs. It was like a huge bowl. So you got to make sure you're having plenty of watermelon. That'll definitely help to keep you full. And again, it just tastes delicious. So that's usually, that's number 1. And again, they're in no particular order. Just keep that in mind. So food number 2 is potatoes. And no, not French fries. I know you're thinking, oh my God, first he's telling me to eat all the sugar in the watermelon, and now he's telling me to eat potatoes. You can't have carbs when you diet. That is wrong, okay? So compared to other grains, potatoes actually contain a lot less calories. So they're typically between 1/3 to half the amount of calories as other grain products. But again, I'm talking about actually eating the potato, baking a baked potato, grilling the potato, cutting it up and making, baked or air fried potatoes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about French fries. I'm not talking about fries cooked with olive oil. So if you're going to make baked potatoes, right, and you're going to cut them up and make like baked fries out of them, if you're pouring a ton of oil on it, you totally defeat the purpose. But just having the potato, it's going to be a lot less calories. So for example, 100 grams of potatoes is about 70 calories versus 100 grams of like brown rice, which is nothing, it's like a very, very small amount, is about 130. So the potatoes are always going to keep you way more fuller. And me personally, I like a regular potato versus sweet potato. Any day I'd rather go with a regular potato, and I love making them into french fries and baking them. I have that recipe on this channel, so you could find that there. I'll link it somewhere here. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, egg whites. Egg whites, egg whites, egg whites. They're one of my favorite foods to eat because they're pretty much just protein. In each egg white contains 3 grams of protein. So if you need about 30 grams of protein a meal, you're having 10 egg whites. That is a lot of food. It's very, very filling, and it's very, very tough to get down. So typically what I'll do is I'll buy those little cartons of liquid egg whites, and they're about 50 grams of protein, and I'll make a huge omelet with that. And I might pair it with some of the other things that I'm talking about. I didn't get to yet in the video, so I don't want to spoil it, but I may pair the egg whites with some of the other items in here, and I have a huge meal that's very, very low in calories and will keep me full for a long time. You could literally almost eat egg whites unlimitedly because they're so low in calories. Okay, think about it. In each egg white contains 3 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 0 fat. Egg whites, use them like crazy. You can even put some hot sauce on it, and hot sauce has been shown to be helpful in weight loss. So again, that's just another thing that you could use. Hot sauce contains something called capsaicin, and capsaicin helps you to lose body fat and lose weight because it keeps you fuller longer, satisfies your appetite. So again, egg whites. Again, another really, really easy one. You can make them so many different ways. I'll link my egg white bite recipe here so you can watch that too. Number 4, this one kind of seems like an obvious one, but vegetables. But if I was going to talk about vegetables, I'd be here all day. So I'm just going to talk about the highest filling vegetables that you can eat, and that is spinach, celery, lettuce, and cucumbers. Those 4 are very, very low in calories, and you can basically eat them unlimitedly without going over. So for example, 100 grams of celery is about 8 calories. So if you're munching, the celery is a great snack that you can munch on throughout the day, and that'll definitely help to satisfy hunger. And again, going back to what I said with the egg whites earlier, if you made egg whites with spinach and threw some other vegetables in there, that's going to take up a lot of room. And basically, you got to think about it. When you're trying to lose body fat, you want to take up as much room in your stomach as you can, and something like lettuce and spinach and celery can definitely help you do that. And cucumbers are just great to throw in there. They give you a nice good crunch, and they're delicious. All right, number 5, popcorn. Popcorn is an amazing food. I know you're thinking, popcorn? What's this guy talking about in this video? Well, the simple fact of the matter is popcorn actually has more fiber in it than oatmeal does, which is crazy. I know, I can't believe it, but it does. But I'm not talking about movie theater popcorn. I'm talking about air pop popcorn. 1 cup of air pop popcorn contains about 30 calories. That's nothing. So popcorn is a great snack that you can have that's very filling, and it feels like it takes forever to eat when you're actually eating that. Movie theater popcorn, on the other hand, terrible. Because again, why? What makes it so terrible? It's doused in butter, doused. And butter is a very dense food that you want to try to avoid when you're trying to lose body fat. So if you're putting a dense food on top of a very, very voluminous food, it's still a dense food, okay? So, but think about that, air pop popcorn. It's amazing, it tastes good. The one thing I don't like about popcorn, and I'll be honest, is that the kernels always kind of like get in your teeth. So that's the one thing I don't like about popcorn, but it is very filling. All right, number 6, last one, all right? This is a cool one, soup. Now I hate soup. I gotta be honest, I hate soup. I feel like soup is not a meal, it's a complete waste, but it does have its place. And it's a tool that I use when I'm trying to lose body fat. So soup is very voluminous because it's a lot of liquid. And again, I'm not talking about like your, New England clam chowder, because that's the total opposite of what I'm trying to talk about. I'm talking about making a homemade healthy soup, which would basically be any type of like chicken or beef broth or vegetable broth. A big bowl of that stuff, which is like nothing, and then a whole bunch of low-calorie vegetables that you can put in there, and then putting in some lean protein like chicken breast in there, and eating it as a soup. Now, again, why is that so filling? Because it's a lot of volume. It's liquid, so it's a lot of volume. If you really wanted even more, you could put some broth and then put some water, and then it'll really be even more filling. But again, it's equivalent to like drinking a huge glass of water before your meal. But it's the same thing. It'll take you a while to eat, and your stomach will be full, and it'll help. So that's another really cool idea that you could use. But yeah, those are the 6 foods that you can eat that are the most filling to prevent hunger and help you to lose weight. If you thought this video was helpful, make sure you watch this one and this one. And in the comments below, I'm also going to drop my recipe book because I talked a lot about recipes in here, so you can catch those and watch those. And as always, if you thought this video was helpful, drop it a like and share this with a friend. I'll catch you guys on the next one.